Well, hi. I'm hoping I've got sound because I don't know, do I? Unless you tell me I've got no sound. And if I've got no sound, oh, I don't know what to do. If I've got no sound, it'll probably be a new camera. So we'll see what happens. I mean, nobody's arrived yet so far, so I don't know whether you can hear me or you can't. It'll be a complete mystery until somebody speaks. And now I'm getting notifications everywhere. So, well, two people have joined in, but nobody said a word yet. Oh, hi, Nathan. Can you hear me, please? Can you hear me, Mother? Because I don't know if you can hear me or not, Nathan. I don't know whether I'm talking to myself again like I was last week. Oh, I'm getting myself in a right knot here with this. Oh, good. I did do a test, after what happened last week, and it was working, so I don't know what happened. It must have been a gremlin. Ah, so how are you today, Nathan? Oh, got myself in a right knot here. Testing 1, 2, 3, yeah. You see, the thing is, it doesn't tell you whether you've got audio or not here. Yeah. Hey, Amanda. Hi, Dinky Crafts, Jennifer. So I didn't know whether I was going to be on on here or not. I didn't know whether it would be radio silence. Whether you'd be having a break from my prattle, yeah. But obviously, poor you haven't got a break from my prattle. My wool is on the wrong side. I have to have my wool on the right hand side. Otherwise, it doesn't work for me. Ah, dear. Well, it says there's 16 people in here, but nobody's talking, only you three. I wish to say I was Amanda, but there's no change. I think I need to be going back to see the GP again. The upshot of it is I've lost £6, but it's not the way I want to lose it. I'm not like Nathan, I'm not trying, if you know what I mean. Hi, Sandra. It's just a constant feeling in my stomach all the time. I mean, at the craft fair today, there were some gorgeous, gorgeous cakes, but I didn't dare touch one. Hi, Granny D, Squirrel Raid. I was stood there going, no, I don't. Which is very rare for me because I normally do get succumb to a cake when they look so gorgeous, yeah. Yeah. Hi, Nana Michelle, Squirrel Raid. Did I sell a lot? I sold more than I thought I would sell. I sold 2 jackets and 3 tops, which may not sound a lot, but it's a lot more than I sold last time. So I was quite happy that there was a result, yeah. I'm not a greedy person. I was just happy that I sold something. I'd gone fully prepared not to sell anything, so because last time I only sold a couple of things, I hardly made my stall money, but this time I did, yeah. Hi, Lydia. So now I'm going to concentrate on putting stuff on my webpage. I can only put 9 things on it for free, so it'll have to be a rotating 9 things, won't it? Because I haven't found out how much they charge if I go past the 9. I would love to go back on Etsy, but I can't understand it anymore. A, they take too much off you, and B, they want me to have an American tax code number. So I haven't got one of them, and I don't propose to go and get one. Oh, I've got lipstick all over my cup. Oh dear. Well, last time I took some little children's things and baby things, and there was no kids there. And this week, everybody that went past my stall had a baby, and I'm like, oh, why didn't I take some baby things? Who let the squirrels out? I don't know. Well, it's better than being caged up, isn't it? Who wants to see a squirrel in a cage? Oh, I saw a lovely chihuahua. He was so tiny, but he wasn't a teacup. And he was called Sonny. Oh. But they wouldn't let me have him. They said no. It was funny today. My son and my daughter-in-law gave our Rosie a treat, and it was like a bone and they stuff it with stuff or something. And she came in and she looked, those polystyrene bubbles? They were stuck all around her whiskers. Hi, Chris. And they were stuck so tight. I don't know what it was, whether it was cheese or what it was. And I was trying to pull them off her whiskers, but she was yelping because, I was pulling her whiskers. Anyway, I think the little one must have eaten them off her face because they disappeared. But it was so funny. I thought she's had her nose in polystyrene bubbles. I tried to take a photo, but there wasn't many bubbles left on her by the time I took the photos. We've got another Jennifer. Hey. Oh, you're going already, Lashira? or is it you just coming in? Good evening. You forgot Uncle Tom, Cobley and Aldi. Oh, I'm sure. Well, I know they're deaf family. That television is so loud upstairs. It's a wonder you can't hear it. My granddaughter, well, my great-granddaughter, one of them is here with two friends. And they've just been to the Minions film. I don't know whether they'd liked it or not. You see, they might be teenagers, but they're still kids at heart, aren't they? They're wanting to see the Minions. Yeah. Good evening, Eason. Good evening, Connie. I'm still ploughing away on my shawl. Oh, my necklace, yeah, it's sort of, don't know. It's wooden, that's all I can say. One of my eBay specials. You know me, I don't like paying for my jewellery. Nobody would rob me for my jewellery. Tell me about me day. It was a good day. Loads of good people there, lovely, friendly people, which is what you need, isn't it? Quite an assortment of stalls, candles and flowers and cakes. What else was there? Oh, the usual toiletries and stuff like that. So it was good fun, good fun. I didn't eat anything because my stomach's been off. So even though the cakes looked absolutely fantastic, I didn't succumb. And the food was a burger van outside, which was burgers and hot dogs and everything. So that was out of the question. So there I was with my little dried up oat bars that I brought from home, thinking this is miserable. But I just didn't dare. Hi, Lizzie. No, sadly, I'm not feeling a lot better. My tablets are still not working. I'm going to have to go back, I think. The upshot is I've lost £6, but not quite the way I wanted to lose it. And it probably will all come back the minute I start eating. I mean, the family all went out for a meal and they said, shall we invite you? Do you want to come? I went, no, I don't want to come. And my great-granddaughter and her friends have made some cakes as well. And they're in the kitchen and they look lovely. I just daren't. I feel like I'm being deprived. Half a thing of soup isn't exactly what you call high living, is it? But it is what it is. It's no good a bothering about it, is it? Yeah. Yeah, anyway, I sold some things, more than I thought. I sold a couple of jackets and 3 little tops. So it didn't break the bank, if you know what I mean. But the good news is I didn't spend anything. Normally, when I feel like it, I go round all the stores and I finish up any little money I might make. I finish up spending, but I didn't because I was so poorly. I was just sat on my chair. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I actually looked better when I was at the craft fair because, oops, see that colour there? I had a little bolero on that matched, but I got a little bit chilly tonight, so I had to put my cardigan on. So I looked a bit more decent this afternoon. Yeah, it was a little short sleeve bolero, very pretty, done in cotton, and it matched exactly to that lilac shade. That's me lining in my dress showing. It matched exactly to that lilac shade on the dress. But I couldn't keep it on because I was cold. I don't know where this blooming heat wave is in the UK, but it's not landed in Fleetwood. I got a message from my friend today. She's just come back from Portugal. I think it was yesterday. She can't get warm. She said it was so gorgeous and hot in Portugal that she's freezing now. She's come home. Yeah. Well, I got invited to another knit group over in Cleveland, so I might try that, seeing as I've stopped going to the other one. I might try that new one. That's on a Wednesday. That would just fill the gap for you know, when I don't go to the other one, yeah. Oh, you miss Granny D? I always miss Granny D because, I'm in the UK. It's always dinner time or something for me. I could have caught it today, actually, because I wasn't eating. But brain fade, forgot all about it. Hi, Lulu, anyway. I'm so pathetic when it comes to... I no longer get notifications for some strange reason about YouTubes. I do get them sometimes, especially when I'm on here for some reason or other. I get notifications flashing up from YouTube. But when I'm sitting there on my PC, minding my own business when there's nothing going on, I don't get notifications anymore. It used to be great when I got them, when they used to come through me email, but then YouTube, in all its infinite wisdom, decided to stop sending them out. So I don't know how you all get notifications, but I don't get them. Or I might get them after in about another half hour or an hour, I'll get a notification telling me that I'm on live. I don't know whether any of you get notification about me beforehand, but I get the notification when I've been on about half an hour. Never mind it. It's all good fun. Hey. As I say, I wanted to kidnap a chihuahua today. He was so sweet. He had a lovely little face. I wanted a chihuahua, but instead we got a French bulldog. It's not quite the same, is it? Not as pretty. Yeah. Hi, Ella. My friend doesn't like chihuahua. She said they look like little foxes. But maybe I like foxes because I like their little faces. Yeah. Do you not get notification? No, I mean, it's blooming YouTube, isn't it? They must have stopped doing them. Some people seem to get notifications to their mail, their phone or something. You get one or two I get mine half an hour. In a half, I'll tell you when it comes up. In about half an hour, it'll tell me that I've gone live. I know because I'm here. I'm just so grateful I've got sound actually this week, because it went off last week and I don't know why. I thought, oh, Sugar Bush. Hi, Shad. I thought, oh, Sugar Bush, I'm going to have to buy a new camera. Anyway, it must have been a glitch on YouTube because everything's fine now. Yeah, I check all the boxes for notifications and they don't. I used to get them. Well, YouTube's changed a lot. Hi, Jude. I used to like the editing software, on YouTube. I could work that because I'm a simple mind. And I could actually edit with the YouTube, and then they stopped it. And I refused to buy an editing software. And I looked at a couple of the free ones, and they were a bit complicated for my simple mind, yeah. Oh, who went out the door? Somebody went out the door because we've got one of those Ring doorbells, and it goes bing bong. Maybe it was the girls. Maybe they've gone out for a walk down the seafront. Intrepid people that they are. I thought it might have been my son nipping out to the off licence. But no sign of him in either car. So, no, it mustn't have been him. Well, it was quite a nice day today. It wasn't cold. But it wasn't raining. Hi, Lizzie. Yeah, my stomach's still off. Not as bad as it was, but it's not right. I go back to the GP, but all they say is it's IBS and watch your diet. I'm not eating hardly anything, so I can't watch my diet. It's made of wood, Shad. Made of wood. Can you see it? Little wooden discs. An eBay special. Yeah, there it is. Everybody always says, oh, where'd you get your necklaces from? I said, you have to look every day on eBay. There's a lot of dross on there, but then every now and again you'll think, oh, I like that one. Matches my frock, you see. The lining of this dress keeps showing. As I was just saying, I did have a bolero on this afternoon, a short sleeve bolero that was in that colour there, and it looked really pretty. But sadly, I got a bit cold, so I needed sleeves. I get waves of shivers. It can be hot. It's 20 degrees here, whatever 20 degrees is. In this house anyway, it's 16 degrees outside. And I can shiver. I get waves of shivers and all the hairs on my arms stand on end. And I don't know what it is. And when you Google it, it frightens you to death, doesn't it? It tells you you've got sepsis or something. It could be low blood sugar. Now, I know I've got high blood sugar, but because I'm not eating, it's probably low blood sugar because I'm still taking all my tablets, yeah? So because I'm not eating and not eating sugary things or whatever, because I'm eating nothing, it's probably my blood sugar's gone low now. 50 Years of Pride on Channel 4. I've been watching different bits of it, Nathan, not, little short stories that's been coming on. I've been watching that, yeah. So I take it you're just earwigging on us then. They keep checking my thyroid, Ella, and saying there's nothing wrong with it. Although somebody did say that an ordinary little thyroid test doesn't show it. You need a specialised one. But, NHS. Anything specialised is a work of art, yeah. Hey. So how are you feeling today, Shad? Are you feeling any better? I don't know whether Mikkel's coming on or not. He didn't say. He usually tells me if he's not coming on, but I haven't heard from him today. I mean, he's posted on Facebook, but I haven't actually heard any messages from him, like I'm not coming on or anything. Oh, you're back, you're up and at it, yeah. It'll take a while, Shad, it really will. When I saw that little chihuahua today, I was like, oh, my Gigi. Yeah. Hi, Ellaby. Miguel's silky hen sitting on an egg again. Well, I'm sure he doesn't have to watch it, Ella. I'm sure it'll do it on its own. Or is he like a broody parent sitting outside the hen house? You know, pacing up and down with a cigar. Because his hen's in labour. Oh, we shouldn't laugh, should we? Hey. I didn't realise how much I liked this virus short pattern until I was putting out my stall and realised I'd brought 4 of them. I brought 4 of them and I was sitting crocheting the 5th. And I thought, I need to change the pattern. I need to stop making virus shawls. I need to do something else. But I've got the pattern just sort of imprinted in my brain, so I can do them without thinking now, which is a great sort of bonus at my time of life. If I can make anything without looking at the pattern and thinking, yeah. Well, the choir went down well today. I didn't sing with them. I didn't go up on the podium. I sang, but I sang on my stall. Yeah, the craft fair went well. Well, went better than before. I wouldn't say it went well. I didn't sell out or anything, but I did sell some things, so I was quite happy. I'm quite happy. Oh no, my sound's not gone again, has it? Please tell me my sound's not gone again. Can anybody else hear me? Oh, thank God for that, Chris. Sorry, Lulu. Don't panic, my love. It was you, was it? Yeah, because my sound went off last week and I didn't know what it was. And anyway, I thought I'm going to have to buy a new camera and stuff because the mic's inside the camera. So I couldn't even speak to you if you couldn't. Oh, yeah, you could see me, but you couldn't hear me. Yeah. And I don't really feel like spending any money at the minute until I've paid for that down scooter. But I got some extra money today, so that'll go on my scooter. That's my aim. It's got to be cleared. My credit card has got to be cleared before the end of the year. Hi, Ethan's husband. I've got that kind of voice that everybody knows. No, there's no more coming up until the autumn now. But I'll probably try and get my web page up and running, yeah. Oh, yeah, it could have been me, Lou. Nothing would surprise me today. You'd have to learn to cook less. My daughter-in-law cooks far too much food for me. They eat big. I don't. I eat small. Yeah. And I keep trying to say to her, don't give me so much. And she always says, oh, leave what you don't want. But I feel as though it's such a waste. I'm like you, Shad. I don't want it going in the bin. I'd rather she gave me less and left the other untouched, if you know what I mean, so it could be used again. Yeah. But once it's been on my plate, obviously you can't use it again unless I used it. Yeah. I used to do that when I lived on my own, Chris, because it took me a while to just make anything for me. Because if you're making a casserole dish or you're making something, you tend to make too much, don't you, if you're doing anything like that. when you live on your own, you tend to make the portions too big. So I used to always make enough, and it would be 2 days, not one. Because I didn't like cooking anyway, so it was always a bonus when I always had the meal ready for the day after. You know, I'm such a wonderful cook. I used to try when I was younger, but I just got out of the habit. It depended. If it was something that I liked, I didn't mind eating it 2 days on the run. But obviously, if I made more than 2 days worth, then I would put it in the freezer, yeah. I didn't want it like 3 days on the run. I'm always conscious when I'm cooking. I don't know what everybody else is about, like the cost of, I mean, the electric's gone up and the gas has gone up. I don't know about America, but in the UK, everything, all the bills have just rocketed, absolutely rocketed upwards. So I'm always conscious, like if you're using enough fuel to cook a dinner, it's more economical to actually cook enough for a couple of days, really. Um, then you can, you don't have to do it all over again the day after. I used to love having the meal. I think, oh, I don't have to cook tonight. It's done. Hey. I'm a pretty plain cook. I tend to cook stews or what we call tater ash. Yeah. Oh, I love leftovers. If you're making a stew or anything like that, it tastes so much nicer the day after. I don't know whether it's because all the flavors like sort of develop when you've leave it. I mean, I never like leftovers if it's something like cold chicken or anything like that. I don't like those kind of leftovers. That's why I very seldom bought a proper chicken, for me, because I didn't want to eat cold chicken. I might have a sandwich with some cold chicken on, then that's it. I don't want it, know it anymore. I don't want to use it up. Yeah. So that's why I tended not to buy, a chicken or a joint of beef or anything. Hi, Patricia. I know, Chris, but I'm not fond on cold chicken. I don't know why. It doesn't taste the same to me. I tended to make a soup with it if I had leftover chicken. Put all the vegetables and everything in and then pop the cooked chicken in at the last minute, yeah. God, the elephants are upstairs again. I'm sure they wear hobnail boots up there. They tell me they've got slippers on, but it just sounds like hobnail boots from down here. Luckily, they're not. They're the opposite way around. Their bedroom is above the lounge, so when I go to bed, their lounge is above my bedroom. So I don't hear anything, if you know what I mean. Because I go to bed a lot later than they do because my son works, so he gets up earlier. So, they tend to be in bed long before I am. So it all works out quite well, really. You still can't cook for one. It's difficult, isn't it? Trying to condense everything down. You're thinking that doesn't look much, that doesn't look much. So you put a bit extra in, and then you think, oh, wow, that's way too much. I hate it when I cook too much, but not enough to divide it into two. Yeah. So and I've given up trying to eat it because it doesn't work. In the old days, I used to think, I'll finish this plate if it kills me. I'll eat it up. My mother's watching me. She used to say, clear your plate, clear your plate. I can't do that anymore. My goodness me. What on earth is going on up there? Sounds like they're having a party. It can't be Rosie. She doesn't wear clogs. Well, I don't know who went out. I should probably find out when they come back who went out. I would imagine it's the girls. For some reason or other, my great-granddaughter and her two friends seem to find it wonderful here. I suppose it's the sea's a novelty, isn't it, really? When you don't live near the sea. So it's a novelty to go for a walk. Are you crocheting a baby blanket? I haven't crocheted anything for babies for ages. I found that they didn't sell. But here there's kind of more babies. What is going on here, Janet? What are you doing? You're being silly. You're not concentrating. Oh, I hate wasting food. I really do. And I think this is why I used to try to eat everything on the plate, which was one reason why I ended up massive. But I've learnt now not to eat it. Rosie, my goodness me, was it you coming in? You're coming like a tornado then. Oh, hello, little one. I've got them both in now. What are you doing now, Rose? Eh? What you doing, Rosie? I've got nothing to eat, sweetheart. Nothing to eat. Rosie, there's nothing to eat, darling. Hmm? Should you be down here, you two? Eh? Rosie, there's nobody there. She just wants to look out the window, man. Rosie, there's nobody there, chicken. There's nobody there, sweetie. And there's no food. She's chasing a fly. Rosie, what are you doing? What are you doing, baby? Hmm? Stop mooching. She's determined to find something to eat or whatever. There's nothing there, Rosie. Nothing there. Where's Mama? Where's your Mama? The face. The face. Look at the face on that. Look at the face. Oh. Somebody said she doesn't look happy. I said she always looks like that. What you doing, Baba? Eh? What you doing? Where's your Rosie gone? What are you looking out the window for? Where's it? Are you looking for the girls? Have they gone out? Where's your Mama? No, I can't budge her. She's looking. Yeah, she does look like Winston Churchill. You're right, Lydia. She'd have been a little boy. We should have called her Winston. We are not amused. There's the other one. Can you see her? She's black, so you can't see her too good. Rosie. There's Rosie. See her tail. Have I lost more weight? Yes. Don't mean to, but I've lost 6 pounds because I wasn't well. They've gone out. I'm going to shut the door again. Oh. I don't mind it when they come flying in. We've gone back upstairs again now. Look, there's my dress. That colour I had a bolero on that colour. Yeah, I've kind of got a lot of room in the dress now. Oh, she's back. Rose, there's nothing to eat, sweetheart. Nothing to eat, my darling. She's got a lovely face, this one. You can't see her because she's so dark. But she's got such a pretty face, haven't you? And all you can see is, there she is. She's pretty in the way that, like, Lady and the Tramp is pretty, you know? She's the tramp, not the lady. Can I shut the door again, Rose? Oh, she's gone upstairs now. Hey. Hey. I'm back. Yeah, this is my snack of choice, Gaviscon. It's probably a bit like your Pepto-Bismol or something. That's no good for me because I don't cook, Shad. If I cooked, yeah, when I cook, if I cook, maybe I'll have a Gaviscon. I'll treat myself to a snack. These are mint flavour. The last ones I had were raspberry, I think, or something. They weren't nice. I like mint. Oh, thank you. It's antacid medicine, Chris. I actually got up in the middle of the night to eat one. I thought, the story of my life. Other people get up in the night for a midnight snack. I get up for an antacid tablet. This is the way my life is at the moment. It's sad but true. But we won't dwell on it. I'm sure it'll be right in the end. You know me, I'm not one to dwell on my ailments. I just have to put up with them. There's a lot of people in the world worse than me. Or as my dad used to say, the cemetery's full of people who'd love to be you. It's I've got IBS, if you understand what that is. And I thought it was just a flare-up, but it's gone on now for nearly a month now. So I've been to see somebody and they gave me a different medication, but it's not really working. So I'm on dairy-free at the moment, and I'm on wheat-free. So that's what I'm trying, but it doesn't seem to have made any difference. Oats instead of wheat, yeah. Wholemeal bread instead of white bread. But I have to say, I haven't noticed an improvement. But we shall persevere. I'll just keep eating my Gaviscon like other people eat sweeties, yeah. I hope the weather's going to change. Honestly, we're July now. Everybody's saying, oh gosh, isn't it hot? And I'm like, where? Where is it hot? It's blooming freezing. It's 16 degrees outside here at the minute. And I don't think it was much warmer during the day. My daughter-in-law keeps saying, oh, it's so humid outside. And I'm like, I've got shivers. I literally get waves of shivers going up and all the hair on my arm stands on end. Oh, yes, hit the like button, please. It makes no difference financially to me, but it makes a lot of difference in raising my profile. So you know, don't think you're adding to my finances if you press the like button, because you're not. But I do like it when I get a lot of thumbs up. It makes me feel good. It's a feel-good factor, isn't it? I used to always forget to do thumbs up until I realised just what it means. So now when I watch other people's videos, I always do a thumbs up now. I always think, oh, it must make them feel better. Because it makes me feel better. It's like, somebody loves me. I wonder who. I was reading my horoscope for the month. I know you don't believe them, but I still read them. And it keeps telling me there's going to be a love coming into my life. Well, I wish he'd hurry up because he's not here yet. Miguel isn't in at the moment, but Miguel sometimes comes in very late. He hasn't told me he's not coming, but then again, he didn't tell me he was coming, so I don't know if anybody else has seen him today. Somebody mentioned he's got a broody hen, but I'm sure he's not sitting there watching it. He's probably doing his laundry or something. Hey, Mimi! Have we missed anybody's birthdays today? Have we missed saying anything to anybody today? I always like to check. Your leg's still hurting, but keep taking the medicine, Lulu. Keep taking the meds. I'm taking mine, you take yours. So has anybody had a celebration this week that we've missed? Is it anybody's birthday, wedding anniversary, cat's birthday, dog's birthday? Anybody? Oh, I can hear the dogs again. They'll probably come flying in again. I can hear little feet. I'm getting fed up with this pattern now. But because I'd finished doing those little croppy top things, you know, that I made for the fair, I just didn't have anything on the hook. But I've always got one of these on the hook somewhere, yeah. Boring as they may be, I can't sit here and do nothing. It's just, I can hear my mum, like a little earworm. What are you doing? Should be doing something. What are you doing? Devil makes work for idle hands. Sorry, Mum. I mean, I used to go to my grounds when my mum was working, and they didn't have a television. And there was like my gran and three well, one was a widow. She was a war widow. One was a war widow, and the other two weren't married. So I had three aunties, and they were embroidering, sewing, crocheting, whatever they were doing. So it was only natural that, like, when I used to go around and to be babysat or whatever, that they would hand me something to do. So I used to sit there doing something because there was no TV to watch or anything like that. And I don't think they even put the radio on. My grandmother was very, very religious, you know, the kind with the statuette in the middle of the mantelpiece, you know that statue. Then she had another one of the Virgin Mary on, and so, you know, her idea of fun was to read the Bible out loud, yeah. So there was no TV or radio. Well, being a broody hen is better than being something else, isn't it? Yeah. Must be awful living next door to one that's, you know, a real biatch, yeah. You know, you hear about people having really bad neighbours, don't you? Yell and bawl and shout over the garden fence. I hate that. Thankfully, touch wood, I've never had one. I've had scruffy ones. I've had ones whose garden's an absolute tip. I've had ones whose houses are a tip. But they've been quite quiet. Most of the time, they've probably been stoned or something like that, the ones the neighbours I used to have. But they were quite quiet. They didn't row. Oh, it's still not told me I'm live yet. Maybe I'm not live. Maybe it's just a recording. Maybe I am a figment of my own imagination. Do you ever feel, what do they call it? The imposter syndrome, don't they? What is that? Where you don't feel you should be here or something. It's always actresses that say that, isn't it? You know, and they've got all this fame, fortune, and that, and then they turn around and say, "I've got the imposter syndrome. Like I shouldn't be here." And I'm like, "Well, don't be here then. You know, let somebody else have a go." Yeah. This cushion is getting on my nerves. Thank you. Well, I went out singing on Tuesday. Oh, it was good fun. We were singing outside. We were singing in a big shopping precinct. We were singing like 60 songs and everything. And everybody was really happy going past, you know. But we were freezing, absolutely freezing. You know, I should have put my thicker knickers on, if you know what I mean. Oh my goodness, I was so cold. Yeah. Oh, that's me, Lydia. I think I'm faking it. When people say, "Oh, isn't your work lovely?" I'm like, "Who, me? Mine? You sure you're looking at the right person?" I am, you know, some people are going, "I've made this wonderful shawl. It's so beautiful," and that. And I'm going, "I've made a shawl." Again, my mother, don't blow your own trumpet. Yeah. I can't do it. I used to find great difficulty when I was listing something on Etsy. I couldn't say this beautiful jacket, hand crafted, and what have you got? I couldn't say it. I used to say I needed somebody else. Yeah, that's the one that they're. It's finished now, more or less finished now. The camping man. Yeah. Yeah, I could do with somebody else who writes my write-ups. You know, that could quite legitimately say this fabulous cardigan, crafted by hand. Yeah, it's finished now. It's not professionally finished, but it does. My son did the best, let's say, he could on a budget. So it's got everything it needs. It's got a bed, it's got a sink, it's got seats to sit on. It's even got a camping toilet. And they've even bought a shower that you sort of hang up, you know, one of those, like a bag shower that you hang up and you fill it with warm water. So you can have a shower. Well, you could do that if you were somewhere private, couldn't you? You could shower outside the van. Otherwise, you'd have to shower in your swimming trunks, wouldn't you, really? But at least it's got a shower. And it's got a loo. Yeah, my mum's like that. You know, you shouldn't. What does it say? Self-praise is no recommendation, she used to say as well. You know, so in other words, if you say to anybody you're good at something, she used to say self-praise, No recommendation. It's no wonder I am like I am. When I hear some people like on YouTube or wherever and they're going, this shawl is so wonderful, or this jacket is so gorgeous, and and I'm looking at it thinking it's not. It's not that good. Stop bragging, like you say. Uh, oh, I've just had a message from that lady. Do you remember me telling you that there was a lady in Liverpool that was a friend of a friend that was opening up a craft shop, and she was wanting to come to this craft fair, to recruit people to sell things in her craft shop, and she didn't come because she opened up her craft shop today, so she didn't come. So I sent her a message saying, I'm so sad you didn't come. Yeah. Whether she'll get back to me or not about my crocheting, I don't know. I would love to have an in a craft shop that would sell my stuff on commission, yeah. But chance would be a fine thing. Oh, and my niece has got in touch. She wants us to book finally that spa. I told you I was going to treat her to a spa weekend. So one weekend in July I might be missing. We'll have to ask Jill to stand in for me that weekend. She was so good to me when I had COVID. She used to do my shopping and do everything for me. She used to come change the bed and do everything. So she was so good. And I said, I owe you big style. Because she'd bring, food and that, and she wouldn't take any money for it and stuff. Or she'd just saying she'd be at another. And she wouldn't have any money from me. So I said I'd treat her to a weekend. It's kind of, because I want to go. So it's a good excuse if I say I'm taking her as well, because I wouldn't go on my own. You're under a flash flood warning, she had. Well, you better make sure everything's up on high. You don't want to get washed away, do you? Are you on the ground floor? Not so bad if you're on higher up, but if you're on the ground floor, you better get your sandbags out. Barricade your doors. Put all your food and everything up higher so it doesn't get wet. Cleveland's was flooded last week. Something to do with the drains, although they're trying to deny it. Oh, well, as long as you're on high ground, you're fine, yeah. Otherwise, you'd better to get some sandbags. We're on low-lying ground here compared to the sea, but thankfully they've built really high sea defences, so it shouldn't. But it wasn't the sea that flooded Cleveland, it was actually all the rain. The rain came down so heavy. Last Sunday it was. I got up. Where my bedroom is, I don't hear the outside world, if you know what I mean. I'm like cocooned. And I got up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night last Saturday night, was it, or Sunday night, whatever. I thought, what on earth is that noise? Sounded like a waterfall. So I opened the bathroom window a bit. It opens outwards like that. And it was gushing down the drain pipes and going everywhere. And I thought, oh dear. But then I got back in bed because I knew we wouldn't flood. And then when I got up, it was like, oh, Cleveland is underwater. Like, what? people's bungalows. I'm glad we have good sea defences and good drainage round here. There are peoples in the kitchen, which is the other side of the wall there. It's quite a noisy house, ours. At least Rosie and, they said Rosie and Jim. Rosie and Trixie have disappeared. My great-granddaughter and her friend made cakes this afternoon. They look so lovely as well, but I daren't have one. Have you ever seen the choice of food that they have in the supermarkets that's gluten-free? To say it's limited is saying the least. I think Marks and Spencer's had about 5 ready dinners that were wheat-free, wheat and gluten-free. I suppose you're supposed to cook, aren't you, when you're on a restrictive diet? Still, I'm sure I shall survive. Eating me porridge oats while everybody else has bacon and egg. I love me bacon and egg. I've got to stay away from onion, stay away from garlic. My life's not going to be much living, is it? Keep a food diary. My food diary consists of egg porridge with dairy-free milk, and it tasted so wonderful that I couldn't wait to eat it the following day. Yeah, I mean, what flavour is there in food if there's no onions, no garlic, no whatever? Can't have anything spicy, can't have pickles, can't have cheese because that's dairy. Oh. If you've ever tasted vegan cheese, you might as well just eat an India rubber. I bought some once by accident. I saw this cheese on offer. Oh, gets it home and it was vegan cheese. I can have a banana. I'm not keen on blueberries, yeah. Oh, I've got some, Lydia. It's whether I eat it or not is another matter. I'm still eating my Gaviscon. I'm still eating me indigestion. I'll probably regret it if I eat my crisps tonight. Probably regret it bitterly, but you know, it's Saturday night. Hey ho. I eat what I'm not supposed to and take my medication. I'm a bit like that with my diabetes, really. Yeah, I've started filling up my week now. I go singing. Well, Monday I'm going to a knit club, a different one. Tuesday singing, Wednesday knit club in the evening, but there may be another knit club in the afternoon. It's a new one, I might go. Thursday it's singing again, and Friday I'm free. And Saturday and Sunday, of course, I'm free. So the lady from the craft shop has just messaged me and said she'll maybe make the next craft fair. Well, that's not till the autumn, so got to wait till then, have I? So we shall see. I'm getting really fed up of making Zyra shawls. Yeah, cut out knots. I can't be doing my knots, yeah. I have to cut them out and retie them and then darn them in. Some people like they do this fancy, what do you call it, Russian joint and stuff, but that only works if it's pure wool. Don't ever try it with acrylic because it'll just go undone. My mother used to make a fantastic knot. She used to be working a cotton mill. And she used to have a way of like rolling it and tying a knot. And it was the teeny weeniest little knot and they never come undone. She tried to show me over and over again. But it came natural to her because she worked in a cotton mill and they work on piecework, so they have to work fast. And she used to just go, and it was just like a little teeny knot in the middle of something. You could hardly see it. But I don't know how the hell she did it because I never could. My knots are great at thunking things. There's a way, isn't there? It's like left over right, right over left, yeah. I can't work over my thing. You know, like some people when they're joining a granny square or something, they carry on and they crochet over it and stuff. Mine still poke out. I'll still finish up darning them in, yeah. I can never do this working over stuff. Doesn't work with me. And it's like when they say, weave it in and out that way, then go back and weave it in and out that way, and then just cut it off and it'll be fine. No, mine pokes out. I'm always finishing things off, and then about 6 months later, something pokes up. And you're thinking, oh my God. And if you cut it off, then you get a hole. Well, not a hole, but a gap in your sewing up. I'm sure my wool is like got springs in it. It just comes undone. Oh, I daren't crochet over a knot. I know full well it would come undone, Lydia, yeah. I remember when I had a wool shop, a lady came in and she brought this jumper in that she finished beautifully knitted, but holes all over the place. Oh, I met fun in it. And then it dawned on me the holes were like at regular intervals. And I said to her, can I be rude and ask you, how do you join when you go from one ball to another? She said, oh, I tie. I know she said Russian joint, or she tied a little knot or something. And everywhere where she tied the knot, it came undone. I said, well, I can send it back. I said, but it's not a fault on the wool. I'm sorry, it's the way you've joined it. I mean, I did send it back to the manufacturers and they said the same thing. They said she's knotted it and it's just come undone. But she weren't having it, this woman. She kept saying, I've been doing that for years. It's never done that before. I said, well, it's done it on this wool. But we found out later it was superwash wool. And with superwash wool, they put a coating on it. If it's pure wool, they put a coating on so that you can machine wash it. And it was that was making it slide. It makes the actual yarn a bit slippy. Oh, the worst of all was some beautiful, oh, it was beautiful. It was like a silk ribbon. And I crocheted with it, and that used to come undone. It was like knitted, you know, like on a circle. And that you had to put fabric glue on it, or you know, burn it with a cigarette lighter, or put a blob or something on it, yeah. It just kept unravelling. Even if you darned all the ends in, it just kept unravelling. Beautiful to look at, but an absolute wine. I've still got the top somewhere, I'm sure I have. I must look it out. It was a lovely top. As you probably gathered, I keep my woolies for a very, very long time. People are always saying to me, have you got the pattern for that? You know, you're asking something now. I knitted this 20 years ago. Have I still got the pattern? Can I still get it? And I'm like, I don't think so. Well, I don't know who went out. Probably nobody, because nobody's come back in. So maybe my son went in the garage. The sky looks like a painting. It's going quite. There's clouds. I don't know whether you can see them or not. Clouds gathering. You see them? There was a seagull going past. Tell you what amused me. Oh, it was about 3 o'clock in the morning the other day. And I went to the bathroom as usual. Thinking seagulls. And I'm thinking, I thought they went to sleep. I thought birds went to sleep. Am I deluding myself? Do they stay awake all night and chirp? You think they'd be tired with all that flying about. You think they'd go to sleep at night when it's dark, wouldn't you? I know they wake up really early. Because fortunately where I am now, I can't hear them. But before we had the conservatory built, my patio door used to lead out into the garden. And they used to start about 3 o'clock in the morning, squawking their heads off. And you like lay there thinking, why did I move near the sea? Why do I move near these noisy, noisy birds? But fortunately now I can't hear them anymore. 2, 4, 6. The worst of it is the cars. You cannot have a car. Don't care how much you valet it or you clean it. I think the seagull's going, hey guys, there's a clean car there. They down the window and they down the car. I'm so glad I've got my scooter back though. Oh my God, it's like a Rolls Royce compared with that other thing. It's beautiful. So comfortable. Mind me folding scooter, that's another matter. It's like a James Bond cocktail, shaken but not stirred, yeah. Every time I come off that, I think every bone in my body's been shook to bits. Oh, I know. I've heard them on the telly. Thankfully, I don't live near a dump. They go crazy, don't they, near dumps because they think there's food. But that's because, I thought with this green, we're supposed to be putting our food in a different bin. Well, it doesn't appear to. It all seems to go in the same tip. They get you to recycle, don't they? They get you to put all your bottles in one, all your bits in another, and all that jazz. And then when it gets to the actual tip, they're all together. And you're like, well, why did I just do that? Yeah. Look at that knot. You see it? I wouldn't mind with the changing from one colour to another. There's not even a gradual change. I'm going to have to cut that. And I can't change colour in the middle of mesh, so it'll have to be. Use my snippety snips. My mum used to have a pair of these, well, bigger than this, fastened to her apron because she used to wear an apron in the cotton mill. And hers were a great big pair of metal ones. I used to think, why don't she stab herself in the knees when she's walking along? Because they were on like a string fastened to her waist. And I used to think, my God, my mother's going to stab herself with the points of that. But she must have been so used to it that she didn't. Have I got my knot on the right side? Where's the other knot? Yes, I do have my knot on the right side. I mean, this, I wouldn't be so bad if they went from one colour to the other, like with a gradual change. But this is literally, it's knotted together and it's actually a colour change. And I hate changing colour in the middle of a row. But I can't help it because that's the way the wool is. But fortunately, nobody else seems to mind, only me. I was talking to the lady vicaress and she was looking at my granny square things and saying that she'd taught herself to crochet during lockdown. It's amazing how many people did teach themselves to knit or to crochet during lockdown. And then I had a lady from the RSPCA come and I said, I already donate. That's the Royal Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. I said, I already donate. And she goes, oh, well, you knit and crochet. We could provide you with the wool. She said, if you crocheted some blankets and things for the cats and dogs. And I'm like, yes, I'm likely to do that. Don't think so. I would just donate the money instead. There's plenty of old ears who want to do things like that, but not me. I've made them for my own cat and my own dog, but you know, you've sort of got the feeling that if a dog or a cat soiled them, they would probably throw them away. You know, they wouldn't want to put them in the washing machine, would they? So you wonder that's why they're always running out of blankets, because they don't actually wash them. Shall I risk some crisps? Maybe I will. I shouldn't. They'll probably kick me butt, but never mind. Yeah, I've changed back to blue now. It was blue to start off with. Then it went to green. Now it's going back to blue again, but a different blue than that blue. That blue's got blue and green. That's green. That's just green, I think. And then this, what I'm starting now, seems to be just blue. So we'll see. We shall see. I'm going to try my crisps. I'm going to be a devil. Oh, they're rubbish crisps. I don't like these crisps. Aldi special. I like Walkers. I'm a snob. I don't care who I put it. I like Walkers. Oh, somebody coming back in. Whoever it was went out, come back in now. It's the girls. It's the girls. I'll probably come in because it's going dark now. I think these went through the salt machine twice. I'm going to put the light on. Excuse me, people, because I can see I'm getting darker and darker here. I might put my fancy light on just to please somebody. If I can find the plug. There it is. Oh, they are salty, those crisps. I put my pretty light on for you all. Oh, hey, 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 hey. Oh, I can't turn me rock salt lamp on because the plug's gone down the back. There we go. Let there be light. And suddenly there was. Suddenly there was light. Oh, I've never drunk my coffee and it's gone cold. I don't know how Miguel drinks iced coffee. I don't like cold coffee. Oops, showing the lining again. So now there's 5 people upstairs and 2 dogs. Hobnail boot job. What on earth is that? I don't know. I wonder if these taste salty because I've not had much salt in my diet. I mean, the potatoes, that's not dairy, is it? So, but the oil they fried in might be, which I'm not supposed to have. They are so noisy upstairs, I'm surprised you can't hear them. Manchester mudlarks are alive. That's my friend, Sarah. She goes digging about in old dumps, whatever you want to call them. And she finds all kinds of old things, you know, bits of pottery, old bottles, all sort of stuff. She's got quite a big following, especially in America. It's called the Manchester Mudlarks, if you're interested. Oh, bye, Patricia. Veg sushi rolls. Is that rice? Or is it seaweed that you use with sushi rolls? I'm never quite sure. I've not been a fan of sushi because it usually involves fish, doesn't it? Don't mind cooked fish, but I'm a bit about raw fish. I never fancied going to a sushi restaurant. You know, you see all these things going past. They charge you by how many plates you've eaten or something, don't they? I'd be a cheap guest. It's seaweed and vegetables. I like crispy fried seaweed when the Chinese do it, but I don't like the crispy fried seaweed you buy in the supermarket. It doesn't taste the same. But it's all cold, isn't it, Shad? The rice is cold. The seaweed and vegetables are all cold, aren't they? That's what would put me off. If I was going out for a meal, I want something hot. I remember when I was younger, one time we went and stayed in this rather posh hotel. And the first course was gazpacho soup, and I thought, why is this soup cold? I didn't realise it was meant to be cold. I'd never even heard of it. I was saying to my husband, this soup's cold. And somebody else on the table said, it's gazpacho, Janet, it's gazpacho. What's gazpacho? Cold soup. Eh? What's the point? What's the point of cold soup? No, I haven't seen Kaz yet. Maybe she's been working hard. Where she lives, the buses are very irregular. So if she doesn't get out of work on time, when she misses one, she's got to wait hours for another one. Oh. She's poorly. Just remember, she put a picture on Facebook saying she was poorly and she had a sore eye. I've remembered now. So that's where she is. Got a sore eye and she's not feeling well. I'm throwing crisps around everywhere here. Got me glass. Got me dandelion and burdock. Shouldn't be having that either. So I'm really going to suffer for this tomorrow. See what I do for you people. I suffer for the sake of you. Not doing bad here. I watched a programme the other day about how they make Guinness and how it's got to have so much of a head on it. And they have inspectors that go around to make sure that the people who serve it in the pubs are serving it right. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness. Apparently you have to pour it about 3/4 of the way and then leave it for all these like bubble things to come up to make that big white head. How complicated. I'd never make a barmaid. Well, I don't like cold soup. It's just alien to me. But you live where it's hot, Shad. I don't. We have soup to warm us up. It's never that hot enough for cold soups. Oh, I've gone all shivery again. Look at that. Can you see all the goose pimples? It comes over me in waves and it's like shudders go through my body. on earth is that? Somebody must be having a shower. God, it sounds like it's raining in. Deary me. The shower's directly above. 111 F. Goodness gracious. I don't think it's ever hit that in the UK, ever. It's gone past 100 occasionally. But 110. I mean, it's 16 degrees C here at the minute, which is what I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I'm sure Chris will tell me in a minute. Who is Cindy? Who's Cindy? Oh, Lulu, yeah. Oh. Why does it go into dark mode? Don't know. Right, I'm trying to find out what 16 degrees is. 16 C. 16 C in Fahrenheit. $16 degrees in Fahrenheit. It's 60 degrees. 60 degrees. That's probably cold, isn't it? 60 degrees. Yeah. 16 degrees Celsius is equal to 60.8 Fahrenheit. Like midwinter, isn't it? And it's July. I love vegetables and rice when they're but warm, not cold. Here goes nothing. I'll let you know tomorrow if I was in. I wonder if the girls like the cinema. Minions. As I say, they might be 14 and 15, but they're still kids at heart, aren't they? Nice and cool. You call that cool? Kids grow up far too soon. You know, our kids were innocent, weren't they, at 14, 15? I was as innocent as they come until I was about 18. I was at school till I was 17. All girls school. So boys were a complete and utter novelty to me. Boys were the ones who danced backwards, if I remember rightly. When the boys' school was built, we were a mixed school. And then after 2 years, They separated and the boys went to a different school, but they didn't have a football pitch. So they used to come back to use the football pitch at our school. Oh, gosh. I mean, you think for 2 years we were with these boys and took absolutely no notice of them whatsoever. And then suddenly, because they were at a different school, and they came back once a week or something to play football, we were like, oh, the boys are here. You think we'd never seen a boy before. Of course, the boys knew the girls were watching, so they'd do the macho swagger, you know. I think air conditioning companies in the UK would probably go bust. To be an air conditioning engineer in the UK wouldn't be a good job. I suppose the big firms have it. You know, these big offices have air conditioning. Or could it be air conditioning stroke heater, depending on the weather? Most of us make do with a fan. But air conditioning, really, it's not something you would say, oh, I must get an air conditioner. They're such big, ugly things, aren't they, hanging out your windows? I remember seeing sitcoms and that, and half the windows obscured with this thunking great thing. And I'm thinking, why do they have to put it in the window? Why don't they put it in a wall? They look like big, ugly, dirty things that collect all the dust. I mean, I used to have a fan in the bathroom that came on when you turned the light on because I didn't have a window. And that used to get absolutely filthy. Every time I cleaned it, I remember thinking I thought I was the dirtiest person in the world because it's full of cobwebs and dust and dirt. All I thought is the fan must suck it in or something. So I don't know what air conditioning things are like. Hi, Isaac. Yeah, but why would they put them in the window and you lose half the window, don't you? You can't see out of it. They put them in the bottom half of the window, I presume, and then you can only see out over the top of it. Sounds like a rum idea. Don't they get very dirty though, Shad? You know, where they're sucking the air out or whatever, or blowing the air out. I would imagine they get dirty. Not that I know, because I don't have one. Probably will never need one. I will never need cold air blowing on me. Oh yeah, that's somebody else who's missing today. Enid's missing. That's somebody else who's missing. They have filters, I would imagine they would need them. Get clogged up with flies and all sorts, wouldn't they? All I can remember is seeing them on these, you know, when we see American movies and that, and people live in apartment blocks, And they have like the fire escapes coming down the side of the buildings, and then there's always this fucking great ugly air conditioning unit stuck in the window. And I always thought, oh, how ugly. Fancy having to live with one of them stuck in the window. Oh, I think the kids are off to bed. Well, they're not kids, are they, really? Teenagers. They'll be backwards and forwards for a bit before they settle. It's like huge mice in the kitchen before they finally settle. Two, four, six. The son and daughter and I were playing a trick on them because they made cakes. They made 10 cakes, 5 of each different kinds. And they had them on a plate. But we don't leave things around with Rosie because she's so tall, she eats things up. So they put them in a Tupperware box and put them in the cupboard, but left the plate there with crumbs on it so that the girls would think we'd eaten them. Mean. I don't know where they put food because they're all like that. Skinny as lats, the lot of them. There were some really big girls at the craft fair today. Oh, big girls. Young as well, with babies. It made me feel quite minuscule. Such a lot of big girls. Hi, Magali. How you doing? I'm getting fed up with this now. I've done well, I'm to keep going at it. Especially now it's changed colour again into the navy blue. I think it finishes up with green again at the end. Oh no, it finishes up with... It's all blue, finishes up with blue again. This one's blue and green, and then it finishes up with royal blue and green. I try to use the whole of the cake because there's not a whole lot you can do with a little bit of cake, is there? Well, a little bit of this cake, I don't mean cake. So I tend to put most of it into the shawl. I know it's more work for me, but it's no skin off my nose money-wise. Because you buy, so much for a cake, don't you? So you might as well use the whole lot of it up. So I'm getting fed up now. I'm going to stop after this. When I get to the end of this row, which I am at the moment, nearly at the end of the row, then I'm going to stop for the night. Yes, somebody said cake. Not me. Can't eat it. That's the kind of cake I've got. Cake of wool. Not a cake of cheese. I'm not Peter Kay. Eight, 9, 10. That's me done for the night now. Big loop. Seagulls are still making a racket out there. Yeah, that's the size of it at the moment. Still quite big. It'll be even bigger, won't it, when it gets... Mind you, the larger it goes, the less inches you kind of get for your wool. We shall see what we shall see. But I hate it when the ball starts falling apart, because then you get into a right muddle up, don't you? Hey, the lady from the craft shows messaged me. I think she said she'd see us at the next craft fair. But the next craft fair's not till October, so I can't go far, you see, because I've got no transport. So it's not like I can say, oh, I'll go to a craft fair in the next town. Can't put it all on my scooter. 2 mannequins, 2 bags on my scooter going down the seafront. I don't think so. Hey, well, what's everybody doing then? Are you all nodding off? Oh no, it's afternoon in America, isn't it? It's only me and Isaac and everybody else that's nodding off. Oh dear. I wonder if we'll see Trevor tonight. I need a wagon for my do. They have little tiny little wagons on the back of push bikes that they put little dogs in and children in. I could do with one that fastens on my scooter to put my wool in behind me. I could drag it behind me then. Knowing me, I'd mow somebody over because I'm bad enough on a scooter without having a trailer. I actually saw a picture once where there was a teeny weeny like little caravan or whatever that fastened onto a mobility scooter or a push bike. And I'm thinking, well, that's a bit pointless, really, because you can only go so many miles on a scooter before it runs out of charge. So you couldn't go far to go camping with one, could you? Unless you had a portable generator with you. Or about 3 or 4 batteries, yeah. It only goes about, what? I think mine's supposed to go about 13 miles, but it doesn't. And that's a big scooter. It's a heavy scooter. Electric trike. Oh, yeah, I'd look well pedaling one of them. My friend's joined like a bike club over in Fleetwood. She said, it's for disabled people. I said, it might be. I said, but I can't pedal a damn bike. My spine and neck, legs and hips wouldn't let me pedal anything. And in any case, I'd need a trike. I can't balance on the bike anymore. I've got crisps down my bazoo. Oh, God, it's going to be fun tonight, isn't it? Getting in bed. I'd be all right with a bike that you went like that with, not one that you pedal with your feet. You know, you sit on them and pedal them with your hands, don't you? That's what I'd have to have. A bit like a go-kart, really. I saw a picture on Facebook where this guy had put like a seat at the front for his wife because she was disabled and he was pedaling behind. You know, a bit like putting a child on the front, but it was an adult-sized seat. That'd be heavy going, wouldn't it, unless it was flat. Yeah, my son's got a battery operated whatever bike, but I can't balance on 2 wheels. I'd need stabilizers or I need a tricycle. That friend of mine who's joined that disabled biking club thing, she's bought a tricycle. Well, she's obviously got more use in her legs than I do. My legs last about a few yards, then they pack up. So I don't think I could be able to pedal a bike. Probably get about a quarter of the way where I'm supposed to be going, and then my legs would have given up. If I'm going to get an electric bike, I might as well stay with my scooter, because at least that's paid for. I was inquiring about having one with a, canopy over it. But I can't have one with a flimsy canopy because it's so windy here, it would blow it into the middle of Blackpool. I need one of those with more of a rigid top. Look like a bubble going down the road. But at least I wouldn't get wet. And I wouldn't have the wind bashing in my eyes all the way there. I have to wear my son's dark goggle things, and it looks stupid when it's raining. And I've got my sunglasses on. My son said you can get them with clear, but I haven't found any yet. I did buy some, but oh God, I look like Biggles in them. If you know who Biggles was. So I could do with it like a big shield thing, it goes over my face when it's raining. Like the COVID shields, that you fasten across your forehead and they come right down. Could do with one of them for when it rains. I hate stinging rain in my face when I'm trying to go down. I'm like that. And then I can't see where I'm going, because I have to put my head down because it's stinging in my face. But I've got 18 months left on my contract. Ours is about that for a litre shad. They price our petrol gas in litres so that it cons us. They daren't price it in gallons, otherwise we'd all be bankrupt. I don't know how much a gallon our petrol is. I dread to think. As I say, it's about £5.9 for a litre. I don't drive anymore. I know it costs my son about £60 to fill up for the week, yeah. It's a lot of money. But he needs it because he has to go to work. I think he used to fill his car up for about £40, and now it costs us about 63, I think he said. It makes you think twice about going anywhere. People who used to go out. Bag a day, yarn from Yarn Snob Yarns, the home of the Powerball. Whatever that is. Whatever a Powerball is. No idea what a Powerball is. We don't have it over here. I'll tell you what petrol prices are. Petrol prices. Petrol. I'm not putting my postcode in because I don't want to know that much. Petrol prices near me. Petrol prices. Oh, go away. They always want you to accept everything. I don't want to find the cheapest because I don't want to put my postcode in. Right, let's have a little look what it is. 186 pence a litre. So what that is a gallon, I have no idea. Yeah. So it's £1. No, 187.9p a litre. Let's do that. 187 per litre. Price per gallon. Right, oh gosh. It's very complicated, this, isn't it? Petrol prices. Oh, I can't do it. I'm no good at maths. It's 186.9 a litre anyway, whatever that is. We used to do gallons, but they changed it to litres. I think it's all to commas so that they could put the prices up and we wouldn't realise. Oh, you can hear us better now, Lulu. Good show. Yeah. Yeah, I can't do how many litres are in a gallon. I don't know. I'm no good at maths anyway. I don't know why I'm even trying. So it's how many litres in a gallon. How many litres are in a gallon? 4.54. So it's 186.9 multiplied by 4.54. That can't be right. 846, but that'll be pennies, won't it? 848 pennies. 848 divided by can't be £84 a gallon, can it? I wish I was good at maths. Can't do it. I can't do it. I'm no good at maths. I cannot do it. Yeah, I'm glad you're good at maths, Chris. That's what it would be. So Shad is saying it's £5.9, so ours is £8. No, £7.11. £8.61 to you. Yeah, that sounds about right. I know it's a heck of a lot dearer than yours. Yeah, I can't do maths. I never could. I did actually pass maths O level, which was a huge surprise to my maths teacher. I must have been on form that day. Or somebody was whispering in my ear, or I don't know, but I managed to pass maths. And when she read them all out, she said, well, this is a surprise of the year, she said. Janet's passed maths. And she got 70%. She said, I don't know who was doing her paper. Because they used to do percentages for pass rates back in the day. It wasn't A and B and all that jazz. It was percentages. And I think it was 45% that was a pass rate. I'm not sure. It was a low pass rate, but it was a pass rate, yeah. Hello, BB, how are you? I've got a poorly tummy, but apart from that, I'm all right, BB. I'm not sure about everybody else. Whether we're in the pink and happy and glorious, I don't know. There's not been a lot of complaining, so I think most of us is okay. But it's not that kind of channel, is it really? It's not, oh, woe is me type of channel. Thank goodness. Still got tummy problems, but apart from that, baby, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm sure I'll get there in the end. But can't say the words. I try not to dwell on it. I try to take my mind off it and think of other things. Because otherwise you can get depressed, can't you? I try not to overthink. You know, some people who've got something wrong, they're like, oh my God, it's such a thing. It's beriberi disease. It's something or other. They Google it, don't they? And they finish up with all kinds of ailments. I kind of think, no, it's just IBS. It'll be fine in a bit, yeah. I becoming me. I know. Who wants to listen to a channel where somebody's going for hours on end? There are some channels on YouTube, believe me. I used to watch them, but I've had to stop. Hearing other people's troubles in about an hour's long video is just not my cup of tea at all. We don't drive anywhere these days in the UK. We can't afford it. The thing is, we use a lot of fuel, even though we're not far apart, is because, don't forget, our roads are like your country tracks. You drive on a motorway, which is like cruise control. You get more miles to your gallon than we do. Because we're stop, start every damn traffic light you come to. You can never get up into top gear if you're with me. Even our motorways are small compared with your motorways. You'd probably call them a highway. That's why it gobbles up the fuel here, because everything's stop, start, and even on short distances. And you can't get your speed up. You're up to about 20 miles an hour if you're lucky. Yeah. I mean, if you travelled 100 miles in US, you think it's okay. 100 miles for us would take us half the day, yeah. We might be close together, but we're relatively far apart. I often wonder what Americans must think when they come to the UK and they have to drive on our roads. They must think they've gone back about 100 years in time. Like, where's your motorways? You're on it. Where's your freeway? Where's your highway? You're on it. Oh, really? I often wonder what they think of our speed limits and the small roads. And I do, I think other people. I mean, if you come from France or you come from Italy, you're probably used to it. But anybody that comes from America or maybe Australia would probably wonder what on earth was going on with our roads. If it's not a traffic light, it's usually somebody's dug the road up with roadworks. They've just resurfaced a road near here. Just finished it last week. And now the gas board are coming and digging half of it up again because they're laying gas pipes. Go figure. Do they not talk to each other? Do they not send a round robin out saying electric, gas, water? Are you going to be digging up so-and-so road in the next few weeks? Because we're resurfacing. A woman would think of that. But whoever numped is in charge of these things doesn't think to tell them, do they? The highways department. Oh, we'll resurface the road. We won't bother inquiring whether anybody's got plans to dig it up. We'll just resurface it anyway. So instead of being a brand new road, it'll be a brand new road with a trench down it. And the trenches, as you know, they either get filled like that or they get filled like that. No, they have no foresight, you're right there. They don't talk, they don't communicate between the departments, do they? You know, they don't say to the water board, the gas board, the electric board, do you have any plans for this street? Do you have any plans for this road before we dig it all up and put new surface on it? I mean, you can't help if there's a burst. Yeah, I understand that. I can't help a burst. But I'm talking about scheduled, scheduled maintenance. That they've only just finished this road and then next week the gas board are coming to lay new pipes. So that means a nice new road won't be a nice new road anymore. It'll be a bumpy one. Oh, I tell you, I don't know if this is sea air around here, but some of the streets, you'd think they'd never seen a bit of tarmac. It's like, I'm going along. I mean, my scooter's quite like that, but I'm still going like that with it because there's blooming potholes in the road and you can't keep going around everything. And they don't have any dipped curbs. The dipped curbs are few and far between here. My scooter will not go down a curb that's about, 3-4 inches high. So I have to go down the street looking for somebody's driveway and hope they've got a flattened, so that the car doesn't bump over the curb. They're supposed to have like a flattened bit. So you go down the street. So you have to find two aligning driveways, if you know what I mean. So you can go down one on one side of the road and up the other one, and then go back up the street to go where you were going in the first place. I tell you, I put miles on that scooter trying to find dip curbs. I don't crash down them, which is why I was surprised when the wheel fell off. I mean, some people, they just crash down all the curbs and crash up the curbs. I never did. I used to go miles out of my way trying to find a dip curb. Dear Fleetwood, why do you not have any dip curbs? And sometimes, if they do have them, some numpties park their car right across them. It's illegal, it's against the highway code, but there's never anybody there to enforce it. So they just park right across the dip curb. There was somebody who used to do that on Gardner Road, near where I used to live. And I used to tell the traffic warden about it. I said, there's a guy down the road, he has an electric wheelchair. I've got my scooter, we cannot go down because that car's parked there. I said, and it isn't just a random bit of parking from a stranger. I said, it's the same car every day. He parks it over the dip. Yeah. Nothing was ever done. He still parked it over the dip. When the councillor came round one time, he said, can I count on your vote? I said, only if you get some dip curbs and get that idiot at the top of Gardner Road to shift his car. They don't think about anybody in a wheelchair, anybody with a pushchair. You've got a baby in a pushchair. You don't want to go into the roadway with it, do you, to go round a parked car because the car's parked on the pavement and you can't get through. So annoying. I don't like travelling down the road, even though legally I'm entitled to. It's insured and it's got road tax on it. it's legal for me to use it on the road, but of course with the traffic whizzing past, I prefer to be on the pavement. Every sidewalk should have a dip, but they don't. Round here they don't. Would cost money, Shadow. They don't spend money. They're good at taking it off you with your council tax, but they're not very good at spending it on where it should be spent. They probably spend it on putting a statue up or something stupid. Or designating a brand new flower bed, you know. But anything like resurfacing the roads or mending the pavement, you know, the flags that stick up like broken teeth. I wish it was the law over here. It's a recommendation over here, Shad, not a law. So they do what they want. It's going to cost too much money. We haven't got that much money. The highways don't have that much money. What about all the road tax that everybody pays? Where does that go? I don't know what you pay in the States, but we have to have a tax disc on the cars. It has to be taxed. You have to tax it every year. And you pay quite a lot of money to tax your car. I mean, I'm going back when I had a car, which is, about 14 years ago. It used to cost me £70 for 6 months to tax my car, so I would imagine it's in the hundreds now. So where does all that money go? Hi, everybody. No, not everybody, every day, I beg your pardon. I mean, somebody quizzed one time and they said, we don't necessarily spend all that money on the road. Huh? Well, why are we paying it then? As a car user, why is all the money you're paying in not being used to make the roads fit for purpose? There's potholes you could lose a double-decker bus in some places. Oh, it's always corruption. There's always somebody with a finger in the pie, isn't there, Isaac? In all walks of life, in governments and everything. And I don't care what political party it is, they've all got their fingers in it somewhere. I've got so disillusioned. When I was your age, I used to vote and think my vote made a difference. But now I think, who do I vote for? They're all the blooming same. Conservatives, Liberals, Labour, they're all the same. As soon as they get in office, they've all got their finger in the pie. I'm all right, Jack. I've got a wonderful salary. Oh, so the poor little people at the opposite end don't have anything. No, that's hard life. It's not, they sit there, they get free meals, free everything and all that. They sit there deliberating about the poor who have nothing. The ones who've never had a pay rise for 10 years. They keep talking about the basic living wage. Now, I know that pensioners don't have to get transport to work. I know they don't have to buy clothes for work and stuff like that. But even so, there's a heck of a big difference between what they say is a basic minimum wage and what pensioners get. They don't even get half. I don't know how they survive. I really do not know. Our pension in the UK is so rubbish. I mean, if you worked it out, even the basic minimum wage, we don't even get half of that here. Oh, Lulu, I hope your leg feels better. Put your leg up or put some ice on it or something like that. Whatever you're told to do. Elevate. What used to be rice, didn't it? Rest, ice, elevate. No, rest, ice, compression, elevation. But I don't know about the compression anymore. But that's what they used to recommend, didn't they, when you had anything wrong? Use the rice method. Ice never worked on mine. I used to have little gel packs I used to keep in the freezer, and they had straps on them, so you You strapped them round your knee and that, but it never really worked on my knee. My knee liked heat. It used to love a hot poultice, like, hot something round it, my knee. It never responded to a bit of ice. I think the only time ice worked on me was when I sprained my ankle and it came up like a pudding. And I did put ice on it then and it did come down. But they used to say, didn't they, get a bowl of cold water and a bowl of hot water and take your foot from one to the other, didn't they? When you had anything like a sprain. Yeah. There's great anomalies over here, Chris. I mean, there must be the same in America. If some people know how to work the system, play the system, we call it, if you're disabled or if you've got some kind of problems, they claim for absolutely everything and they get it. And yet so many people who really do need it never seem to get it. Oh, fireworks, it's nowhere near July the 4th, is it? Yeah, it's not that far off, is it, for you? I was thinking, why fireworks? And then I remembered it's July the 4th, isn't it? Yeah, at least Nibbler won't be bothered this year. He'll be looking down with his earmuffs on. He'll be saying, thank goodness I'm up here, I can't hear him. I was glad when my Buster went a bit deaf before he passed away, because I never bothered him. But little Gigi used to shiver. I used to have to wrap him up in a blanket and put music on the radio or put the TV on and cuddle him and wrap him in a blanket, because he's good job he was only little. Because he hated the fireworks. He used to shake like a leaf. My cat was funny. My cat used to sit in the window and watch them. Oh, look at that. Oh, a sparkler going up. Oh, look at that. Not a bit bothered at all, my cat. Not a bit bothered. Well, hello, Enid. I just said, where's Enid tonight? Yeah. Oh, I watched a programme on the TV. It was a detective, and they had him sitting with his feet in the cold and his bottom in the hot. And then he had to swap around, put his bottom in the cold and his feet in the hot. No way I would put my rumming bottom in icy water. That's for sure. Yeah, well, your ears burning, Enid. We were saying, where's Enid? Where's she tonight? We've had no Kaz and no you. But Carol's not well, I remember now. She got a sore eye and she's not feeling good. I don't know if she's got a cold or what it is. She's not feeling good anyway. Hey, what time is it? Oh, it's only 11:15. Thought it was much, much later than that. Manny, I was up early having my shower this morning, trying to get ready. I had to be out of the house for 9:30. And that's early for me. How the heck I ever managed to go to work for 8:30, I do not know. I used to be up, showered, and out to work at 8 o'clock because I had to get there for 8:30, 8:45 at the very latest. I don't know, I did it. I used to do my hair, put my makeup on, have my breakfast after I'd had my shower. How did I do it? I'd feed the dog, yeah. Make sure Ian was up. How the heck did I do that? Man, I was a heck of a lot younger back in the day. Takes me on my time to get out of bed and get in the bathroom these days. And it's only next door. I'm all right once I've showered. I kind of wake up, but it's actually getting myself in the shower that's the problem. You know, when you lay there and it's a bit cold, you think, oh, I'll have another 2 minutes. I'll have another 5 minutes. But this morning I couldn't. I had to get up. because my great-granddaughter and her two friends are here, so they're using my bathroom. So I thought, well, I'll have to get up and get showered before they get out of bed. Because even if they're not showering, they need the toilet, don't they? So I thought, no, I better. And the lock on my bathroom door isn't working properly. I keep asking my son to sort it out. The door's dropped down, so the lock and the hole are not lined up anymore. So you can't put the bolt across, it won't go. So I said to him, I said, bore another hole, drill another hole, and I could shut it too. I don't mind when it's just us, but when we've got company, you never know. And the door opens outwards anyway, so you can't go like that to shut the door when it's opening inwards, because it opens outwards, so you're like on view. If anybody comes watching along and opens the door. My son's the worst one. I even got a little sign that hangs on the doorknob that says vacant and engaged, and he doesn't read it. I turn it round when I'm having a shower, or if I'm going in the bathroom for a long experience, I turn it round to engaged. Yeah. He doesn't look at it. He still opens the door. Hey. But if I could put the bolts on, it would be a lot different, wouldn't it? They said he couldn't open the door, he'd know I was in there. He says, I can't hear you, I don't know you're in there. I said, what you want me to do, sing? Sit on the loo and sing? La 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 la, don't come in, I'm in here, don't come in. Oh dear. We don't have an Alexa in the toilet, do we? So I can't say, Alexa, play some loud music. At least the dogs can't open the door. The dogs open every door that pushes that way. But my bathroom door opens outwards, so at least I don't have to share it with the dog. Mine, when I open the door to go in, they come in, and I'll have to shoo them out again. Don't know what the fascination is. I think it's because the door's always shut. They don't go in there. So when the door's open, it's like, ooh, somewhere new. And then there's dirty feet mark all over my shower. Because they always come straight in from the garden and make a beeline in my shower. All dirty feet mark all over the shower tray. Oh, the joy of having dogs. Buster was the best. I used to have a bath when I had Buster. Then I changed to a walk-in shower, but I actually had a bath when I had Buster. And he would come in and start, the bubble bath you have and stuff on your arms and that. He would start licking all my arms. And I'm like, I've just had a wash, lick it off. And then when I got out of the bath, he'd start licking the back of my knees. He loved soap for some reason or another. I think soap taste is disgusting if you get any in your mouth. Yeah. You have Alexa do all your maths. Yeah, you call it math in America. We call it maths. I don't know why yours is singular and ours is plural. I have no idea. I suppose it encompasses all kinds of maths, doesn't it? Like algebra, geometry, trigonometry. I suppose they all come under the heading of maths with an S on the end. I don't know what they call the ordinary one. Basic maths? Whatever. Oh, oh dearie me. Getting up at 8 o'clock has not done me a world of good here. I've been up 12 hours, what is it? 13, 14. Been up 15 hours, that's a long time for me. And I've not had a nap this afternoon either. When I came back, I thought, oh, I'll have a little nap in the chair. And then the family went out and left me with the dog, so that didn't happen. You cannot nap when you've got two dogs galloping about. I had mine trained. Mine used to go to sleep in the afternoon. We used to let's all have a bobo. And Buster would get on the sofa, Gigi would climb on my knee, and we'd all have an hour. I had them trained. They knew what it meant when I said, come on, time to bobo. On the bed, time to bobo. Buster's bed was the sofa. Gigi's bed was me. We used to go flat out, the lot of us, for about a good hour every afternoon. It was great. If people were passing by, because I had a huge bay window, if people were passing by, we said, we saw you going. We didn't like to disturb you. Everybody was asleep. Buster was such a good watchdog, he never even noticed if anybody came up to the window. Rosie would be through the window if anybody came near the window. But Buster was so laid back, it didn't usually worry him. Unless it was the postman. He hated the postman. Hated the postman with a vengeance. The postman came anywhere. He had to go down the street on the opposite side of the road, and he hated that postman. Anybody else could walk past and he never bothered. But the postman, oh no. Gigi only used to bark at other dogs. He didn't bark at people going by. But if anybody had a dog on a lead, I mean, the size of him, he was about that big. You saw him, didn't you? So, the size of a cat, or smaller than a cat. And yet anything that went past him, like, I'm so brave behind this glass window. Manny was shut our two in because my son and my daughter-in-law were outside on the driveway. And then we found out that Rosie can open the back garage door at the back. And because the front garage was open, straight out. And let's say her recall needs a lot of work. She saw a dog. She was off across the road. And my son and daughter-in-law going, Rosie, in, Rosie, in. And Rosie was not taking a batter notice. And I said to them, I said, I think her recall needs a little work. And Trixie couldn't. You could shout her back while the cows come home. She will not come back if she doesn't feel like it. She's so stubborn. She won't do anything that she's told to. She kind of just gives you that look as if say, make me. You know, and you say, come here, Trixie. Who, me? You talking to me? I mean, at least if you say to Rosie, come here, sweetie, come on, she'll come. But Trixie, come on, dear, come on. Yeah. Selective deafness that dog has. She's like a thug. She just does what she wants. Rosie, come off the flower bed. Rosie's off the flower bed. Trixie, come off the flower bed. Trixie, come off the flower bed. Trixie, come off the flower bed. Huh? What? You shouting to me? You calling me? Yes, and you're going, come off the flower bed. And eventually, in her own good time, she'll stroll off the flower bed saying, I was coming off it anyway. She's a willful little monkey. Apparently, it's a bulldog trait, being stubborn. And for all she's so small, she's solid. You know, when you pick her up, you know you pick her up. She weighs a ton. I'm used to a little tiny chihuahua that doesn't weigh anything. It's about 5 pounds dripping wet through, you know. I think she's about 5 stone. She's not finished growing yet either. Lord help us if she gets any bigger. She catapults in everywhere. She's learned how to open doors now. She just catapults through a door. Hello. Did you need to come in? Do you take the door off its hinges next time? She's found out how to open my bedroom door, and Rosie's found out how to open a sliding door. No peace for the wicked. So where have you been, Enid? How come you're so late to the party? Yeah, they can open the sliding door, the patio sliding door, they can open it. I can't even have it open that much to let a bit of air in, because she can open it, Rosie. I don't like it being shut. I like a bit of air circulating in my bedroom. But when Rosie's around, I can't do it, otherwise she's in bed with me. Boom. God, they're still prowling about. It's like the Jungle Book. Elephants on patrol. Boom, 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 boom. Throw the laundry in. Shower the eau de chlorine. Oh, it's a lovely smell, that, isn't it? It's like the only times I get in our hot tub. It stinks. Don't know what they put in the hot tub, but it smells horrible. When you come out, you can smell yourself. It's fully. It's not chlorine. I don't know what it is. It's probably to keep the water fresh, isn't it, when you go in it? But stinks. You shower before you go in the hot tub, and then you feel like having a shower when you come out of the hot tub. Too many showers and too much water for me in a short length of time. You know, you have a shower in the morning, then if you go in the hot tub, you have a shower again, get in the hot tub, and then you need a shower when you come out the hot tub as well. It's like 3 showers in one day. It's too many showers for me. I don't like water that much. I'm not even that fussed about the hot tub, to be honest. It's very relaxing, Shad. It's more like a warm tub, isn't it? Not a hot tub. It's not like scalding when you get in. It's not like rip your skin off scalding. It's just warm, tepid, whatever you want to call it. It's just not freezing. I only go in if it's warm because I don't like sticking my head out if it's cold or windy. Oh, there's not germs if it's your own hot tub. Because you put stuff in it to kill the bugs, don't you? And then keep changing the water and you clean it all out. I wouldn't like to go in a communal hot tub with other people. Our hot tub's only us, yeah. It's very relaxing when all the jets are going on your back and everything like that. And jets behind your knees, yeah. I don't like sticking my head out when it's cold. I should wear my hat, shouldn't I? I always get a stiff neck because it's quite a breeze comes off the sea. And with your neck sticking out, I always finish up with a stiff neck. I have to wear a balaclava one time. In the hot tub with a balaclava on. Orien's going, oh, it's so refreshing having the cool breeze on your face when your body's lovely and warm. I'm like, no, no. I'll wear a hat and a visor. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't go in a public hot tub. No, would I, heck? No, ours is only ours, if you know what I mean. And my son's always cleaning it out. I faint in saunas. I just pass out. I can't do with it. Something about the dry heat, and I just go all funny and buzzy and I have to come out because the last time I went in one, I flaked out. I finished up with this massive big woman bringing me round, massaging my hands and feet to get my circulation going because I'd passed out. So I just give saunas a miss after that. My ex-husband used to love a sauna. He used to say, sweats all the dirt out your pores. I thought, I'm not dirty. Nothing comes out of my pores. Excuse me, I have a bath, a wash, a shower. And he had a mucky job, so I suppose, yeah. I don't like cold water, Chris. I haven't even put my toes in the sea here. Not that I can get to the sea because it's all pebbles. Fleetwood's just won a presentation, actually, because it's got disabled wheelchairs. They've got big fat wheels and everything. You can hire them. You know, when people come here and they've got a disabled person in the family, they can come on holiday and they can hire these wheelchairs. And they're specially designed, you know, to go on the sand. And then it means that the people can go on the sand with the family. Whereas if they were in an ordinary wheelchair, they couldn't do it, yeah. So they just won some kind of an award. Prestwich Wheelchairs or something it's called. Does it have sharks? What, a river? Why would a river? Oh, you mean the sea? No. Some places have sharks in the south of England where it's warmer. Shark could freeze to death up here, Shad. Blinking cold, the sea up here. It'd have to be a very cold weather shark to get up here. We don't even have dolphins as far as I know. Or sea lions, anything like that. All we have is seagulls. No. I mean, there's always fishermen, you know, when the tide's in and stuff. Always fishermen. And I said to one bloke, I said, do you ever catch anything? He said, no, not really. He said, I just come here to get away from the wife. It's relaxing, he said, sitting here away from the wife. And I thought, oh, fancy doing that? Sitting there, freezing to death, fishing in the sea and you don't catch anything just to get away from the wife. Yeah, they have angling competitions. I don't know whether anybody ever wins anything, catches anything. But they're always out there. I think I'll take a picture for... Oh, hello, I've got somebody scratching at the door. I always think I'll take a picture of all these fishermen, and I think, well, Shab doesn't have Facebook anyway, so I can't send it to him. Yeah, they've got numbers on the seafront where when you go to pay to, you know, fish in the sea, they give you an allocated number. So you don't get to pick where you fish, you just get given a number. And that's where you fish. Especially if it's competitions. Apparently it's to stop people getting an unfair advantage. If they know where they catch fish, they want to stand there all the time. So to be fair, they have to draw lots and put the hand in, you know, and get a number. So they can't have the same place all the time. Too hot. Ooh, that would chance to be a fine thing here. You'd freeze in your tent over here. You'd need a very good sleeping bag. The kids are sleeping in the summer house, all three of them. I said to them, aren't you cold? They went, oh no, we've got great warm sleeping bags. We're really cosy. Well, you know, kids are allowed to sleep on the floor. They sleep anywhere, won't they? You know, whereas we want a mattress or something. They've only got a light mattress thing. That's where they are. They're in the summer house. We're supposed to be getting more, like furniture, more, so that they can sleep up off the floor, but we haven't got around to it yet. But they're quite happy sleeping in there. Because we've not got the bed settee yet. But even then, there'll only be room for two with the bed settee, won't there? Somebody else is in the shower. I don't know whether we're the dirtiest family on the street or the cleanest family on the street, because somebody's always in the damn shower. I think that about washing. The washer's forever on. We've always got a line full of washing. And I think, are we the dirtiest family or the cleanest family? Do we wash more often than everybody else? Do we wash clothes more often than everybody else? There's always towels on the line, big bath towels on the line. I need to do some washing this weekend. I just hope it's nice enough weather to peg it out. I can't put it on the clothes dryer in the conservatory when they're here, because they eat on the dining table in the conservatory when there's a whole family of them. So it might have to be Monday before I put my washing in. Well, that's a bit awkward. I'm going out. Now I'll try and do some tomorrow if they're going home. Then I can put my washing outside. What's the forecast for tomorrow? Is the forecast for tomorrow nice and sunny, or is it raining? Who knows? It's not always very accurate anyway. Weather. Weather. It's just telling me what it's like today. I want to know what it's like tomorrow. It's just telling me Saturday, even though it's nearly Sunday. Oh, 14-day forecast. Tonight. Tomorrow. Stop asking me to. I hate it when the kids. Do you give consent? They ask you every single time you look. Light cloud and a moderate breeze. Oh, I should be able to get my washing done then tomorrow. Put it in the washing machine. Hopefully it will dry. I've got a week's worth in my little. My daughter-in-law says, "What do you want a big wicker laundry basket for?" Because I only wash once a week. So, the time you've got a week's worth of underwear, night dresses, clothes, you need a laundry basket. I do anyway. I don't want to wash every day. I like to have like one lot for my light colours, another lot for my dark colours, and then the bedding goes in another one. I know it takes all day to do the washing, but that's the way I prefer. I don't like mixed washes. You put your darks in with the whites and they all go grey. Oh, no. I've got white towels and they stay white because I won't put them in with anything else. I hate grey looking towels and they look like they've been washed with a pair of jeans. No, I've always been funny that way. Oh, our laundromat's opened up again, which I'm glad about because that means I can wash my duvet now. Our washer won't hold the duvet. It's not big enough. It means I can take it to the laundrette. I do like the laundrettes, though, or laundromats, what you want to call them, because they usually have a great big washer and you can put everything in. Do one washer load, and the dryers are fantastic over there. And you're not using your own electric, are you? Admittedly, you're feeding them with coins, but At least you're not using your own electric and you're coming home with a load of dry washing. Because they're big industrial things, aren't they? Super duper dryers, aren't they? Much better than a domestic one. You know, if you're washing a heavy coat or something like that. Oh, I'm going to have to go to bed in a bit. Yeah, they used to call them a service wash over here, where you take your bag in and give the lady so much money and she does it all for you. It's very handy for people who, you know, work. My niece used to do it all the time because she worked. She used to drop off 2 or 3 bags of washing and then take it back home again all folded up and ready to go away. Saved her a lot of time. And she's nowhere really to dry. She hasn't got a back garden or anything. She only had a little backyard. And it didn't really get any sun or anything, so she couldn't dry stuff. Right, what time is it? It's 11:45. This little bunny's getting very tired now. And I'm probably going to be up 2 or 3 times in the night because I've had crisps and chocolate, which doesn't go down very well with me and my poorly tummy. Still, it's weekend. What the heck? Anyway, everybody, thank you very much for your company. I don't know where everybody is, but now I'm going. I'll probably find somebody saying, oh, you went without me. You left, and I've only gone to make a brew. When I come back, you'd all gone. Anyway, so I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Thank you very much for your company, and I will see you all next week. So bye, everybody. Thank you, Lydia. Bye now.